magandang tanghali MPC at sa ating mga bisita. Kasama na natin si Presidential Chief Legal Counsel at Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon, MPC.
Questions?
I'm ready if you are.
MPC? Question, Joseph?
Sir, all right, so I read the transcript, no? With regard to the President's health.
Health?
Yes, sir. So he was asked yesterday, kumusta na yung back pain? And if I may quote, President Duterte, it requires a lengthy explanation actually. Yung muscle spasm must be precipitated with something. A muscle spasm by itself is really nothing. There has to be something which, ayaw ko munang sabihin sa inyo, but then again, it's connected with the spinal, focusing on that statement, sir, meron pa bang ibang kailangang malaman yung public? Because the President said, ayaw niya munang sabihin sa amin. But sabi niya, the muscle spasm may be an indicator of something else. Is the Palace or the President being forthright about the real situation?
Forthright na nga, ano mo ba tawag mo doon? Well, actually is saying that there will be a continuing consultation with his doctor.
Nothing worse than the muscle spasm.
No.
Sir, related, how is this health situation of the President going to affect his future travels? His one in Thailand is confirmed, no? And then there's one in Busan and then Chile. How is it going to affect the
Depende
second
siguro
and third?
sa advice ng doktor. Depends on the advice of the doctor.
Is he going to Chile?
Hindi pa sigurado. Wala pa siyang sinasabi. Sabi niya, matagal pa naman yun eh.
That will be on the 11th.
Kaya nga, ano lang ba ngayon? It's only 29.
Meaning, sir, wala pang decision to not attend.
Wala pa.
Yung totoo.
Wala pa. Depende kasi yan sa consultation niya sa doktor niya. Eh kung ayaw siyang patbiyahe ng doktor niya, ba't naman siya magbabiyahe?
So may scheduled consultations?
Continuing yata yung consultation niya, alam mo.
Okay, sir.
Question, Pia Gutierrez?
Sir, right now there are massive protests in Santiago, Chile. A few days before the APEC summit, will that also be taken into consideration by the President?
Everything will be taken in consideration relative to any foreign visit.
Thank you, sir.
Questions, MPC? Hannah?
Hi, sir.
Yep.
Regarding sa offer ni President Duterte kay Vice President Leni Robredo, nagkaroon po ba ng feedback from her office po ba? Or yung sinabi ng Pangulong Duterte na magbibigay siya ng formal letter, ginawa na po ba yun ng Office of the Executive Secretary po?
So far, we have not heard from, from the Vice President. I texted her yesterday immediately after the President made the offer, or more of a challenge, but she has not responded.
Sir, sabi ni Senator Francis Pangilinan, bakit daw 6 months lang? Why not 3 years ang ibigay daw kay VP Leni regarding dun sa offer ni PRRD?
I think the good senator is engaged in wishful thinking, if not in a daylight nightmare. The offer is precisely for the Vice President to be the drug czar. Because as the President says, parang magaling ka yata, o di sige, bibigay ko sa iyo. Para makita naman natin kung may magagawa kang paraan. That's a challenge to her. And I think she should take the opportunity. After all, when we launched the drug war by the President, she was a member of the cabinet and she was in full accord and in support of the same.
So, sir, yung position po, sir, cabinet level po ito? Pag tinanggap niya,
Not necessarily. You're appointed by the President. Doesn't mean that you're a member of the cabinet.
Okay.
That could be a special assignment.
Ace Romero?
Secretary, what's the President's legal basis for making such offer to the Vice President?
He is the chief executive and enforcer of the law. He can create task force and appoint people to run it.
So it is allowed.
Of
He can
course.
delegate the power
Of
to
course,
enforce
it's just
it.
not creating a commission, creating a task force for this and that.
Thank you, Sec.
Okay, Joseph.
Response, sir? Okay lang yan. Sir Game? Sir, okay, you texted the Vice President to tell her exactly what?
I said, this is in Bicol, because we're both Bicolans. Translated, there is an offer for you from the President to be the drug czar for 6 months. Will you accept? That's exactly my text message to her.
And so far, no response yet.
No response.
So, okay, the President is going to create a, what, task force or commission?
Yeah, task force, a commission, whatever. She will be the drug czar. She'll be on top of the situation.
So all drugs operations will be under the Vice President, under the proposal.
Yeah, I suppose if you're the drug czar.
Okay. And hindi naman siya, sir, parang figure of speech on the part of the President na nainis na lang siya and hindi ikaw na lang, parang ganun. No?
Well, kahit pa that was a reaction from the president, whether it's that's out of peeve or of serious matter, the fact is there is an offer and you can consider it as a challenge. Because she said that the drug war is a failure. But then she backtracked when I said it seems that she is divorced from the realities of the ground. And I cited why the drug war was a success. For one, there were millions of surrenderies. Number two, we have dismantled so many drug factories, illegal drug factories. Number three, there have been rehabilitation centers where we place all those drug addicted individuals. Number four, there were buy-bust operations that resulted in the killing of drug pushers and those involved in the drug because they resisted arrest and placed the lives of the police officers in peril. Another thing, according to General Bayalde, with respect to police scalawags involved in illegal drug trafficking, there were buy-bust operations, and it resulted in 224 policemen killed who resisted arrest. So it's a success. Not only that, we had billions of pesos worth of shabu confiscated. If you cannot call it a success, I don't know what is. And so, since she was criticizing the drug war as a failure, and she said that she should take other measures. So the president said, okay, I will give you the opportunity to do what you want. Let's see.
And you, of course, expect the Vice President to accept, given what she had said.
The ball is in her court. But if I were in her place, I would accept. Because this is a rare opportunity for a critic who would be given an opportunity to show her mettle. And at the same time, helping the government. As we have repeatedly said, you cannot just keep on criticizing the government. You have to support it. You have to offer your own talent and expertise in solving the problems of the land. So this is one rare opportunity.
Comment, if she declines?
If she declines, it only shows that it is not true that this war on drugs is a failure and that there should be more or other measures to be undertaken
All right, sir, thank you.
to stop it.
Julie?
Sir, so to be clear about it, the president offered Vice President Len Robredo the chance to prove her mettle because he was exasperated with her criticism, or is he saying that Robredo might be able to do a better job than him?
Both. As I said, whether it's out of peeve or out of seriousness, believing in the capacity of the vice president, it's still an offer and a challenge at the same time.
Sir, with the president's statement, is he saying that he cannot handle the drug problem?
No, I've already decided to you the successes of the drug war. So how can you be even saying that he is failing in that?
About the details of the task force or the commission that he is about to create.
That will depend. Unang-una, kung hindi naman niya tinanggap, wala rin.
Hindi, pero in such a case, will it be different from, say, the PDEA or the PNP drug enforcement group?
We don't know.
or-
We will be just speculating. Yes, she has to accept it first, and the president will make the guidelines in the creation of whatever commission he has in mind.
If she does not accept, what will be the
Di
policy
wala.
stance on it?
Tumahimik na lang siya.
So if she does not accept, the palace will tell her to just shut up.
Not to shut up. As I said, di tumahimik ka kung hindi mo pala kayang gawin yung kinikriticize mo.
Thank you, sir.
Jeneline?
Pareho rin din yan ng commute challenge. Kina-challenge kami na mag-commute dahil hindi raw namin kaya. O ayun, tinanggap ko at pinakita ko sa kanila. 4 na oras pa. O di tapos ang usapan. Ganun lang yun.
Sir, the Vice President was interviewed last night in Iloilo.
Last night?
Yeah, in Iloilo. And
What was
she
her
has
reaction?
apparently declined to comment on the offers because she doesn't know if it's serious. Sabi niya,
Baka naman pinag-iisipan mo. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
sabi niya mahirap patulan kasi hahaba ang usapan. So she'd rather focus on her work daw.
Oo, ano ba bang... Exactly, work nga yun eh. When you criticize something and you have your own plans and thoughts about it, and you're given the opportunity, then grab it. Grab at it.
So, sir, is the President offer serious? Or was it just a bluff?
No, di ba sabi niya susulatan niya pa nga eh. Paano? Kung hindi ka seryoso, ba't mo susulatan?
Pia, follow-up?
Sir, if ever the Vice President changes her mind and accepts the offer of the President, what will she...
If the Vice President will what?
changes her mind and accepts the offer of the president, what can she expect from drug enforcement agencies?
Oh, if she's on top of the situation, then the agencies under her will be supportive of her. Because that is a direct mandate from the President of the Philippines.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Rosalie? Microphone.
Sir, good afternoon. From the Office of the Vice President din po, last night, magre-respond lang daw po sila pagka meron natanggap na nila yung formal letter. So, kailan po balak isend?
Hindi, hayaan mo sila muna.
So, wala pa po ang letter, hindi pa pinapadala.
Hindi pa.
Kasi it will show the seriousness of the President about his offer.
Alam mo, kung ako ang Vice Presidente, tinanggap ko kagad yun. Call! Sige. Give me that commission, give me the staff, give me the resources, and I'll do what I think should be done. Ganun lang kasimple yan. Pero kung di mo kaya, marami kang ketchuburetse na wala pa yung ganito, wala pa yung ganyan, magantay muna ako. Either you have it or you don't.
So, serious yung offer po, sir.
Meron bang hindi
Kasi
serious na
syempre, sir,
ina-announce mo
formality din
nationally?
po, di ba?
Hindi na kailangan yun. Kung hindi siya interesado, hindi, ba't pa itutuloy ng Presidente?
So, what does the President or Malacañang expect from the
Nothing.
Vice President
Nothing.
to resolve
We don't
within 6
expect
months?
anything from her unless she says so.
Pero sa 6 months na ibinibigay ng Pangulo, ano yung ina-expect sa Vice President na
We will be
ma-accomplish po?
speculating. Alam mo, yung mga tanong na ganyan, hindi na nga dapat sinasagot yun. Kasi pag you ask, anong expectation? Siyempre, palaging expectation maganda. Kailangan bibigyan mo ng benefit of the doubt one who is assuming a position.
Ang binabanggit po kasi ng critics, yung 3 years po ng Duterte administration, hindi po na-resolve totally yung
Hindi ba
drug menace.
sinagot ko na nga yan eh. Ang dami na nga tagumpay na I cited figures and facts.
Thank you,
Alam
sir.
mo mga kritiko, yun lang ang trabaho nila. Otherwise, hindi sila critics.
MPC, other issue? Okay, Joyce.
Sir, may ilang senators nag-express ng apprehensions given na kahit sabihin natin 6 months pa rin po yun. Like for example po si Senator De La Rosa, sinabi po niya, I don't want our country to become another Mexico, so PRRD should tighten his grip on the drug situation instead of leasing his power to anybody who has no proven track record in crime fighting.
He's entitled to his opinion.
Should they give Vice President Robredo benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, we should always give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You cannot be giving judgments na wala pa naman.
So it's better to give her a chance muna before they make such statements.
Well, it's a free country. Everybody is entitled to express one's opinion.
Thank you, sir.
Questions, MPC? Jillian?
Hello po, sir. Sir, sorry.
Ayaw.
Sir, I know it's just an offer by the president, but does he have any plans to discuss this with the House Speaker and the Senate President? Because according to the Constitution, he can only transfer his powers to the Vice President.
He's not transferring power. Let me correct you there. He is creating a commission, and the head of that will be having powers as granted by the law.
Sige. Thank you for the clarification, sir.
Okay. May follow-up or other issue? Rose Novenario.
Rose.
Salamat po.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Sir, ano po yung plano ng Malacañang o ni Presidente? Bibisitahin ba niya yung mga biktima ng lindol sa Central Mindanao? Considering sir na second na ito, yung first hindi yata siya nakabisita.
I think that should be in the agenda of the president. Knowing him, he's like that.
So ano sir, magdadagdag ba siya ng calamity fund or ano ba yung immediate na plano?
Palagi ko, everything is in place eh. Yung mga quick reaction agencies, they're in place. In fact, bilib nga si Presidente pag may ganyan, pag nagkakaroon ng situation meeting, napupuri niya.
So, possible na bago siya pumunta sa Bangkok, sir, bibisita siya?
Pwede rin.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Unless the doctors tell him, huwag ka munang lumipad. Hindi.
Questions? Okay na?
At biglang uminit.
Joseph,
Ang aircon.
microphone please.
Sir, but the president naman was here, no, when the Davao quake happened. He's in Manila, no? Or is he there?
Kagabi?
Sir.
Ano?
Ay, kanina lang, nasa ba siya, sir, ngayon? Nasa Manila naman?
Oh.
Okay. Sir, ano lang, for soundbite purposes, you've issued a statement on the Davao quake, but for TV purposes lang. Palace statement on the quake, as far as the victims are concerned, any statements for them?
Well, the president is concerned with what happened in the latest earthquake in Mindanao, and he wants to, or he has directed all the agencies to provide assistance to the victims of the earthquake and continue with their usual reaction to situations such as this one.
May follow-up pa doon or other issue na? Okay, Joseph.
Sir, yun sa water concession, water looming crisis, no? Yesterday, the president was talking about using extraordinary powers of the president. But I understand the context was Kaliwa. But for clarification, when the president said he's going to use his extraordinary powers with regard to the water crisis, is he suggesting or is he thinking of a government takeover of the water concessionaires?
Yes, he said I will assume control. So that means that's government takeover.
And what is the intention?
To solve the crisis. Because he said, if you cannot solve the crisis, then I will do it for you.
Okay. This is, of course, legal, no? Because public utilities.
Yes, of course.
Can we elaborate on the legal basis?
The legal basis is always when, the provision of the Constitution is very clear. The president's primary duty as head of state of the government is to serve and to protect the people. So any situation arising that will endanger or imperil the safety of the people, then the president has to take over.
And at what point does he make the decision that the government will take over
And
this?
that's his
concession?
call. If he thinks that there is now a need for that, then he will do it.
As of now, wala pa tayo sa decision point.
He hasn't said so, but he said, I will take over if there is a need for it.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Secretary, what would be the scenarios that would warrant such takeover?
Kung grabe ng water crisis, kung wala ng tubig tayong naiinom, di ba sabi niya kagabi, will not allow people not drinking water.
So pag walang tubig,
Kung
would it involve yung kung may problema yung serbisyo?
kasama lahat yun, services, kung may talagang wala na tayong naiinom na tubig, wala na pambaligo, may problema talaga tayo.
So who would decide,
The president.
but who will assess whether such conditions are met?
The president receives a brief first from everyone concerned.
So
he
yung
will
water
decide.
authorities din
Yeah.
po. What about yung sa side ng MWSS, sa government regulators? Ano yung accountability nila?
Then if they have violated the law, they will be prosecuted.
So a takeover of water concessionaires, and sa MWSS, will there be a revamp?
Kasama na siguro lahat yun. Kasi if you take over control of an entity, hindi lahat yun kasama.
Hindi, kasi sa private yung tinutukoy kanina SEC, yung sa government, kailangan ba
Kasama yun. Kasi kung pati government institution hindi rin makasolve ng problema, o di ibig sabihin, kailangan baguhin mo rin yung nasa loob.
Thank you, Sec.
MPC, may tanong pa? Okay na tayo? Joseph.
Sir, yung ano lang, pera lang hindi sa amin galing. We're talking about legal basis, no? So, I'm trying to run a search on the Constitution. Give me 2 minutes. Mag-adlib mo na yung question. Ito, sir. Section 17, is that the power that you're referring to? Article 12, Section 17. In times of national emergency, when the public interest requires it, the state may, during the emergency or under reasonable terms, temporarily take over or direct the operation of any privately owned public utility or business affected with public interest. That's the power you're referring to. So, national emergency situation. So there has to be a declaration first that there's a national emergency.
Yes, he will declare it.
So that will be the steps, right? If he does declare a national emergency, then the government takes
Yes.
over. That's the scenario. Okay,
Correct.
Thank you.
Ace.
Sa clarification, so gaano katagal bago mag-decide si President whether to take over yung utilities or mag-revamp sa water
Tingnan
regulator?
natin how the situation evolves or develops.
Walang specific timeline, say 6 months or mga
Wala
ganun.
naman, dahil depende nga sa sitwasyon. Kung suddenly bukas wala na tayong tubig, o bakit ka pa mag-aantay ng another week to
Okay.
decide?
Okay, salamat, Sec.
Okay, may tanong pa? Okay na? Rosalie.
Sir, sorry, clarify. Lang po kahapon sa speech po ni President Duterte, tinatawagan niya po yung Congress na i-abolish yung Pasig River Rehabilitation Commission. Di po ba na-create po yon through executive order noong 1999? Pwede niya pong mismo siya nang mag-abolish through an EO. So, why is there a need to call the Congress po to abolish?
Did you say it was created by Congress? Then he can abolish it.
So, we expect the President to issue an EO abolishing PRRC.
If he so desires.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Questions? Okay na? Okay, thank you, MPC.
Now we have a guest from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, Director Cesar Gilbert Adriano of the National Library of the Philippines. He will talk about the 29th Library and Information Service Month. Can we call you?
Thank you, Secretary Panelo. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Cesar Gilbert Adriano. Actually, I am from the National Library of the Philippines. And with me is Father Harold Rentoria, the Commissioner for Cultural Heritage under the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Ma'am Emma Ray, the President of Philippine Librarians Association Incorporated, and Madam Prudenciana Cruz, the former Director of the National Library, is now the head of the National Commission for Library Information Services. So we are here to ask for your help for the dissemination and to inform the general public that every November we have what we call the Library Information Service Month. So the celebration of the Library Information Service Month started in 1991 when President Corazon Aquino signed the Proclamation 837 declaring November of every year that it is the Library Information Service Month under the auspices of the National Library of the Philippines and the National Committee on Libraries and Information Services of the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts. The aim of this LIS celebration is to promote awareness about the different services offered by libraries. Our aim here is to develop a unified calendar of activities for libraries, generate interest about libraries and their services, and discover the best practices of outreach services available in various libraries across the Philippines. We, the National Library of the Philippines, is mandated to promote the public for the awareness of the LIS month and the invaluable services that the libraries and information centers render to the public. In 2018, the NLP spearheaded the LIS month, and our theme last year ay ang kulturang may malasakit sa silid aklatan ay makakamit. So this year, the NCCA NCLIS, the NLP, and the Philippine Librarians Association Incorporated and other stakeholders will work conjointly in spearheading the commemoration of the 29th LIS month. Our theme for this year is inclusive, innovative, and interconnected. We continue to encourage the people to participate in the LIS month. Through various library activities and interactive storytelling, those are our activities, outreach programs, social media contests, and many more. With this, I shall now present to you the activities with the help of our staff from the National Library, RICA.
Good afternoon. So I'll now be presenting the programs and activities of the National Library of the Philippines together with the Philippine Librarians Association. So NLP division offices will conduct different library activities, so such as this basic book binding workshop, basic cybersecurity awareness, film showings, and orientation and training for newly affiliated public libraries and allocation of resources. Also, we have collaborative activities together with PLY, like social media contests, storytelling contest, librarians category, book diorama contest, Librarians Got Talent, and the highlight of all of this contest is the 2009 Search for Outstanding Public Libraries. So this search is an annual activity which aims to focus on the invaluable programs and services that libraries render to the community, particularly in the special programs and outreach services on malasakit to the different sectors in the community, and to recognize librarians' role in order to make them more cognizant, zealous, committed, and dedicated to their functions and responsibilities. Also, different public libraries around the Philippines have their own activities, so they are encouraged to conduct activities. Like with the Kaban ng Hiyas Aklatang Kongresyonal, they have a training workshop in entrepreneurship. Also, Bayambang Municipal Library, they have an interactive storytelling workshop. From Muntinlupa City Library, they have a public library makerspace circuit challenge, and even almost all public libraries around the Philippines, they have their own activities. The Civil Service Commission of Higher Education, Department of Interior and Local Government, and the Department of Education were also requested to issue memorandum circulars to encourage more public involvement for the Elias Month celebration. And to further promote the 29th Elias Month, the NLP prepared the souvenir programs, flyers, and creations of Elias Month social media page, which contains detailed information about the Elias Month contest and activities, and unified calendar of activities. Also, the NCCA NCLIS prepared the layout and design of the 29th Elias Month posters and tarpaulin for distribution to different offices, libraries, and institutions. Government agencies are also requested to install streamers in their offices for the whole month of November. The NCCA NCLIS, with the help of NLP, shall also produce the 2019 Elias Month infographics, which will feature different facts on Philippine libraries, librarians, and other information centers. This will be shared online and on the social media handles of both agencies to further promote the celebration and raise more awareness to the public. We hope, with the help of the media, the general public will be aware of the celebration of the Elias Month every November. Let's cooperate to make this celebration a successful event every year. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Okay, thank you. May question, MPC? Okay na. Ace Romero. Sino pong pwede sumag-
No personal questions. In general lang po.
In general, yes.
So curious lang,
Yes,
paano naka-affect yung social media use or yung online sa library use?
Okay. So medyo nahirapan ako kay Sir. So, but of course, since the theme of this year's Elias Month is inclusive, innovative, and interconnected. So one dilemma nga po of the libraries today is yung sinasabi ni Sir na yung the internet, medyo nakaka-apekto talaga siya. But of course, marami pa rin po kaming researchers na gusto pa rin is actual na book or actual na mga resources ang kailangan. So mas marami po yun actually.
So library use is not dying naman despite yung
Of course
online...
not, sir. Of course not.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, questions? No more? Okay, thank you. Thank you po sa ating mga bisita. Thank you. Back to our main studio sa People's Television Network.